Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I'm glad you brought it up because of the 10 partners in that fraud that you mentioned. 9 of them went to prison. You know who the one partner was that didn't go? Your buddy, Hunter Biden. That's right. Hunter Biden didn't go. And by the way, you must not have been here. I don't think you were here when I introduced all these documents earlier before I had to leave to go to judiciary, talking about of the 1,500 criminals pardoned by Joe Biden in 1 week, 24 of them were fraudsters that had hundreds of millions of dollars of restitution forgiven by Joe Biden. But now I'm going to go now to Mr. Ellison.
Will the gentleman yield?
No, I've had enough of you. Let's talk to Mr. Ellison. Mr. Ellison, isn't it true that when you were a member of Congress, you sponsored the Money Remittances Improvement Act of 2014? It was H.R. 4386. Do you remember that?
Congressman, I think that's accurate.
Yeah, I get you. We all introduced lots of bills. But that bill's purpose was to give more authority to states to investigate remittance payments. Do you remember that?
Congressman, I believe that the purpose of that bill was to facilitate financial transactions for Minnesotans who needed them.
Well, in reality, you shifted remittance payment investigations to the states, and that was supported by the Somali American Remittances Association. You may not remember that, but that was.
Congressman, could you remind me, did that bill ever pass?
H.R. 4386. So it was supported by the Somali American Resistance Association, and it was so important to you. You said, quote, "This is a great day for diaspora communities around the country, including the Somali and Hmong communities." And that's something you said, and we know that the Somali population in Minnesota supported that bill. That bill was passed, I believe, in 2014. Minnesota started identifying large numbers of remittances payments going overseas. And isn't it true that within 4 years of the bill passing, more than $100 million had been flown out of the Minneapolis airport by Somalians? Do you know that?
I don't have the information on that.
And then over the last 2 years, the TSA has identified over $700 million being flown out and linked to Somali travel. Are you familiar with that?
No, sir, I don't have the data on that.
Under your tenure as the AG, the amount of remittance payments going to Somalia, which, by the way, some estimates as high as 40% of all Somalia's GDP comes from those remittance payments, and roughly 40% of families in Somalia receive some benefit, economic benefit directly from some remittance payments. So, moving from that, do you know Salim Saeed?
That name is not familiar to me, sir.
Ikram Mohammed?
No.
Abshir Omar?
No.
Okay, so in 2021, you met with a group of Somalis, business people. Those 3 people were there. Safari Restaurant, Partners in Quality Care, also known as Parties in Nutrition, some of their named partners, and Feeding Our Future representatives, including Abshir Omar, who said they were having difficulties because they were being investigated, and that conduct is very racist, xenophobic, and Islamophobic. Do you remember that meeting?
Yes, I do, and I'll tell you that these are people who were fraudsters. They lied to me. They lied to the judge. Yep. They lied to state agencies, and that's why we contributed to them being convicted.
Well, let's go on from that, because you may not remember some of the things you said to them, specifically, and maybe we should play this video. I don't know if do we have the video queued up? If we have the video queued up, well, that's fine. Let's do it.
You call them and say this is not in the right format. Not you're out, you're done, your contracts are over, and so this has my attention. I'm extremely frustrated by it, but we are in the middle of a battle with the agencies now. And I can tell you this, Walz agrees with me that this piddly, stupid stuff running small people out of business is terrible.
Because what you thought was terrible there was that these people were being investigated for fraud. And you later took $10,000 in campaign donations from these same individuals. Do you remember that?
I would disagree with that characterization entirely, sir.
I'm sure you would.
No, what I would...
Because it's surely uncomfortable for you. But you took $10,000 from those same people that were ostensibly supposed to be investigated. Yeah.
No, that's actually inaccurate.
No, it's not inaccurate. Well,
it is. First of all...
You're entitled to say it's inaccurate, but the facts are the facts.